On. What's up, YouTube? Ace Poker back again, and where are we? You guessed it, the home game scene. It's been treating us very, very well. Last session, unfortunately, I didn't play my best. My head just wasn't in it. We had our first loss in 5 or 6 sessions. So let's get back in the win column today. Hopefully book a big win. It is a Saturday. It is nice and early. You see it is light outside. We'll be coming back when it's dark outside. Let's get right into it and let's book a win.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of this amazing vlog. Wanted to keep the intro short so we could just get right into some hands because I know you guys aren't here for my lovely face. We get into an interesting one right away as we look down at pocket tens on the button. There's a $10 straddle on and I make it $25. I definitely should have made it 30 or 35, but I just sat down and maybe didn't realize the straddle was on. Anyways, it gets back to the straddle and he makes the call as it's only $15 more for him. And we see an flop. There's an overcard, there's a flush draw, we don't have a heart. So when under the gun checks, I don't think there's much value in betting, so I decide to check back. The turn now comes a total brick, so nothing changes from the flop, and now my opponent leads out for about pot for $40. So I think that there's a ton of different hands that he can have. Straight draws, maybe he just made a straight in 4-5. But I think it's a bit too nitty and tight to fold this right away, so I make the call, and we see a very interesting card on the river, the 10 of hearts. So we make a set, but the heart flush draw comes in, and now 8-9 makes a straight. But when my opponent checks, I think that those worries are out the window, and I want to make it look a little bit bluffy. So I go on the bigger side, I make it $85, and my opponent snap calls.
Oh my god.
And he says, oh my god, and says that he had a queen. So it looks like we got lucky there. I think we could make it a lot bigger, especially showing that my opponent snap called. When your opponent snap calls, it means that you probably could have made it a little bit bigger and they would have called. It's usually the perfect sizing when they just think about it for a little while and then flick in the call, so I think I could have made it $120, $125. But like I've always said, starting off with a win is a great cushion for the session, and let's go to the next hand. For this hand here, we look down at ace queen offsuit. We're on the $10 button straddle. This is the free straddle that goes around if you win it and you're under the gun or on the button. You place it out, it's a free $10 straddle. There's an open to $25 and we bump it up to $75 more plus the $10 straddle, so it's $85 total, and everyone folds. I normally 3-bet these ace queen offsuits, ace jack offsuits, as you guys see throughout all my videos. That way I can try to get paid off with my bigger hands, and just like this hand, they normally result in a fold. I then proceed to raise pocket nines to $20 and pick up 4 callers. If you guys watch these videos, you know that I am never short of callers. And we see an amazing board. Like, wow, probably one of the best ones to get with pocket nines. Needless to say, checks around and I fold to a turn bet. Hopefully next hand could go a little bit better. Not really sure I would define this hand as better, but it's definitely interesting. So strap in and just listen to this crazy action. We look down at ace queen offsuit, and like I said earlier, I normally 3-bet these hands a lot. I try to get in there and 3-bet a lot, so when I pick up aces, kings, queens, jacks, all the premium hands, I can get paid off, so I'm not just 3-betting once or twice a night. I'm always 3-betting like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 times a night. So when the button decides to use her $1 chips and raise to about $27, I put in the 3-bet once again to $80, and it gets back to her and she just flat calls. So it looks like we're going heads up here to a flop, which is drier than the Sahara Desert, 9-9-5. Don't think my opponent's going to have any 9s here, but I do think she's going to have a lot of small to medium pocket pairs. Anything from 4s through jacks. I think queens will put in the 4-bet or just jam because it looks like she has about $350 left here. So I down bet here to $60 like you guys have seen me do with aces, kings, but also some bluffs like ace king and ace queen, or maybe even if I just flopped quads with pocket 9s. I let this clip run here because my opponent counts out her chips, thinks, tanks forever, and then puts in the calls. So I'm not really sure if this is a Hollywood and she has aces or kings and is trapping me, or maybe just flopped quads herself, or if she just really does have an extremely tough decision with, say, pocket 7s, pocket 8s, pocket 10s, pocket jacks, because like I said, I could have all those big hands like aces and kings and queens. So let's see a turn. The turn is a very weird one in a 5, and just like I don't think she has any 9s, I definitely don't think she has any 5s. But now it's just going to be hard to push her off any type of pair because it seems like that's pretty obvious that that's what she has, because there wasn't even a flush draw on the flop. So would she really be calling with king queen, queen jack, ace king, ace jack? I don't really know, but I do think that there is only one move for me to make here, and that is all in. So I put her all in for roughly about $275 left, and she goes into the tank. This clip was 7 minutes long because, like I showed on the flop, she tanked forever, but now on the turn she tanks even longer, and she starts thinking, and then she starts talking out loud, and it becomes blatantly obvious to me that she either has pocket tens or pocket jacks. And oh my goodness, my heart is going crazy because I am running a crazy bluff right now. I think it's almost like near impossible for her to fold. Although I am representing extreme strength, I think if I have aces, kings, or queens here, that she's just going to have to make the call and give the chips to me. Unfortunately, in this spot, we just have ace, queen, high. So we want the fold. We don't want her to put the chips in. I'm trying to just stare at the board and just calm my breathing because I don't want to give away any tells. And after a painful 5 or 6 minutes, she puts in the call and asks if we can run this 3 times, and I say sure. And I am deflated when the first run out comes in ace. Oh my goodness. I've said it time and time again that I am going to just swallow my pride and go 1 time every single time here. I don't care who I piss off, but for just some damn reason I said sure, we can do 3 times. My damn nice self gets the best of me here. The second and the third run out come bricks, so we only get 1/3 of this pot.
Whoa! So he beat you on that one. You got 5s full of jacks, and you got 9s full of jacks. Yeah. So 1/3.
Holy shit! It's a good thing you won good business. Only
that we should have 100% of. So painful. I think I played it almost perfectly with the down bet on the flop and then the jam on the turn. There's really nothing to do here, and she did say that she was very close to folding, so that's pretty crazy that I get that much respect that I almost get jacks to fold here. Unfortunate that I couldn't just nut up and say 1 time, but I really have to start going 1 time from now on, and just a crazy hand here. No 3-bet with the ace queen this time, but there is a $10 straddle and about 4 callers, so we do open this one up big to $50 and get no callers. So it's nice to pick up $40 without even facing any resistance, but not good when you pick up 1 hand 3 times and you lose a huge pot in one and win 2 small ones in the other 2, but hopefully we can pick it up in the rest of the session. We go through a nice little drought, picking up some amazing hands, let me tell you. Seems like after our huge heater that our last few sessions, there's been a lot of card deadness, but I mean, it's expected, that's poker. Let's see if we can push through it and stay on the right track. For the next hand here, we are under the gun and look down at the beautiful Queen 10 suited. I think spades is maybe my favorite suit. What is your guys' favorite suit? Let me know down below. We raise it up to $20 and get 2 callers, 1 in the big blind, 1 in the high jack. So we're looking for a good board here, and we sort of see that in Jack 9-5 rainbow. So we've got an open-ended, the big blind checks. IC bet for $35, and the hijack calls $35, and he gets back to the big blind, and he starts to think for a little while, and I am kicking myself because if he raises, we can't really call here, and we're just throwing away so much equity, because if he did flop a big hand, and if it checked through and we saw the straight on the turn, we could have won a big pot here, and that's exactly what he does as he check raises to $200. I am so damn frustrated at this point in the session. Things are just not going good at all. We literally haven't won a pot all day. The hijack asked to see the run out, and guess what? We would have runnered a flush. So yeah, that puts me over the edge. I am just tilted beyond belief, and I think you know what's about to be coming in the next hand. So frustrating. I mean, the dealer even tried to help me out and push it my way, but you know, we're gonna have to win a pot fair and square here. Yeah, so we look down at Queen 10 suited again, so I guess we're getting redemption here, not really sure. We're in the small blind, there's a bunch of limps, and I raise it up to $20. And all 3 limpers make the call, so let's see a good board, and it appears like we have a really good board. It's ace high, so that's better for my range. We've got a flush draw, a gutter. I mean, what could be better than this, huh? Besides actually flopping the flush. So I bet out for $25 the next 2 players fold, and I didn't even see that this girl had cards, so I went to go muck my hand. And the dealer's like, no, she's still in it. So I'm like, okay. She thinks for a really long time, counts out chips, and raises me to $70. I have about 250-ish in my stack at this point. So, I mean, whatever, I'm going to stick it in there. I go all in, and she thinks for a little while. I'm like, all right, maybe she'll fold. I don't know what she has here. She literally makes the dealer count out all of my chips while she's thinking about this hand. And after a really long time, I actually thought that she was going to fold. She decides to flick in the call. I mean, just look at her body language. She literally looks like she wants to fold. She looks like she actually has a tough decision. But wait till you see what effing hand she has. But she flicks in the call, and I am done with the twice, 3 times, whatever, 1 time. If I hit it, I hit it. If I don't, I'm going home because this is just so frustrating today. Board runs out, and she shows a set of 9s.
She called set of 9 balls.
They complain like she be having this little woman complaining.
Got the fucking nuts.
No, but you see the 2 spades out there. You know this nigga's trash.
Yeah, that's right. She said, you see the 2 spades out there. I'm not really sure if she's understanding that you need a full 5 spades to beat somebody. But yeah, we lose this hand just after getting completely nit rolled. There's 0 chance after I was already frustrated for the entire day that I'm going to continue playing. So I am done for the day, and let's head to the outro.
All right, well, back inside, a little change of scenery today. Forgot to do the outro in my car, but a very I don't even know the word, very uneventful session today. And that's what happens sometimes in poker, and I always want to show you guys every session because you guys see I've had horrible sessions where I just lose. That's kind of what happened today. I have amazing sessions where I just run good and hit everything, full houses, quads, straights, flushes, win $2,000. But that's the reality. Sometimes you're going to go out and win big, sometimes you're going to lose big. You always have to keep an even keel, and that's just always what I try to do in everything, in all aspects of my life. Thank you guys for tuning in. Unfortunate today didn't go in the right direction, but that just means another big win is coming. Thank you guys for watching, and have a great day.